Hi there, lovely souls. Welcome back to the Living Simplyy channel, a high vibe safe space where we explore all things spirituality, esotericism, and self-transformation. Today, I want to answer the question, what do eclipses mean in astrology, and how can we better navigate and survive eclipse season? So, if you want to know the answer, grab yourself a cup of tea, sit back, and enjoy the video. Although some astrologers make every eclipse sound like a rare cosmic event, this is actually not the case. There's actually 4 or 5 eclipses happening every single year, and this year, 2021, we had the first total lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Sagittarius on May 26th, and the second eclipse is going to be happening in June 10th in the sign of Gemini. If you are interested in learning more about these cosmic events when they occur, and the third and fourth eclipses of the year that are going to happen on November 19th and December 4th, 2021, make sure to subscribe to the channel and to my newsletter to stay updated whenever I release new information and new insights on what's going on in the sky. So moving on, eclipses, what do they mean? Spiritually, esoterically, what do they stand for? Well, eclipse season is always a fated time. This is a reboot. Think of it as the universe reinstalling things within your system. The entire year we're in our comfort zone. We are, going through ups and downs, of course, but we kind of ignore, certain things and put them aside. But on eclipses, in the eclipse season, there's unexpected things that come at us. Before we continue, I just want to make sure that you know that whatever unfolds in your life during this eclipse season is nothing new. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. These are themes that have been building up within you, of course, internally for the last 6 months. And these are usually themes that are related to the area within your birth chart that's activated with this eclipse. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's alright, I got you, because I made a free guide, how to read your own birth chart, that you can grab in the description box. And of course, if you are ready to go much deeper into what the stars have in store for you, what's your natal blueprint, your mission in life, your strengths, your challenges, feel free to book your astrological birth chart reading with me. The link is also in the description box. So, eclipses often represent a chaotic time in which things fall into place. When things scramble, they don't always go to shit. Sometimes we need to go through these very, very weird or unexpected or surprising or shocking moments and revelations in order to move forward. Think of it as you putting order in your house. Sometimes to rearrange a closet, you first need to take everything away. You can't just make everything neat and clean without taking the shit out first. You have to put everything out in the open, look at it, and if somebody enters your room during this process, it may look like the biggest mess ever, but you know where you are going. You know that this is a necessary step, because now you're going to recycle, you're going to throw away the clothes that you don't wear, you're going to know where everything goes, and this is going to help you. It is also the metaphor of reinstalling plugins or new systems or new software. This is really updates that we do in our consciousness, and yes, we feel comfortable all year round with the thinking processes and the way we have been doing things, but it is time to up-level that a little bit and go beyond. So this is what eclipses stand for. So now let's take a look at the difference between the solar and the lunar eclipse. Starting with the lunar eclipse is a sandwich with the Earth in the middle and the sun and the moon at polar opposites. So when the Earth is in the middle, it hides for a few hours the moon, and the sun casts a reddish hue or shadow that often gives this phenomenon the name blood moon. So in a nutshell, the lunar eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. It's a super charged full moon, so everything from its symbolism and correspondences applies to the lunar eclipse as well. So the full moon is like a climax, it's a culmination point, it's a perfect time to release, etc. And all of this applies to the lunar eclipse. If you're interested in knowing a lot more about what the full moon and each phase of the moon represents, make sure to check my video, How to Manifest with Each Phase of the Moon. Okay, so let's take a look at the solar eclipse now. This happens when the moon is midway between the Earth and the Sun. And basically, this represents a new moon on a much more intense way. Like I said, for the lunar eclipse, if you're interested in knowing what each phase represents, I have a video made just about that. Before I go, I wanted to leave you with 4 tips that can help you best navigate this season, this eclipse season, and every eclipse season to come. So first up, don't resist anything. Don't resist, trust the process. This is really important if you want to move forward in life in general. This applies to much more than just the eclipse season, but especially during these days, you have to be open to accept destiny, good and bad. Everything that happens and unfolds in your life is happening for you, not to you. This is really important if you want to, thrive during an eclipse. It's trusting that if somebody falls out of your life, if you break up with somebody, if you lose something, it is trying to help you and teach you something. So what is that thing? Maybe it doesn't make sense now, but it will in a few months or just a few days or weeks. So trust the process and stop fighting. You're wasting your energy. You could be directing that energy somewhere else or to somebody else. I don't know. But yeah, you should be directing that energy where it matters. The second tip is to trust your intuition. I am never going to be able to stress this enough. Your intuition, your gut feeling is everything. It is your spirit guides talking to you. It is your ancestors, however you want to see it. But it is important and you have to trust yourself. If you have a bad feeling about going to a certain party or talking to a person, or I don't know, if you feel drained after a conversation or doing a task, trust yourself. Trust those feelings that arise, especially during the eclipse season, because these are keys to moving forward in your life. The third tip that I have for you is to journal. Journal your way into the eclipse. This is going to be a great way for you to get all of those limiting beliefs out of your mind, to clear your head and be ready for the amazing opportunities that can arise for you during this season, because there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of opportunities that can come your way during give or take 3 or 4 days before and after an eclipse, and also midway between the two. So take time for yourself to write, to journal, to get those thoughts out of your mind. You can even film yourself if you're not into writing. Make, a video or an audio of yourself speaking. Just get those thoughts out there and make it a habit to kind of record them on a daily basis, so that you see the evolution of your thought patterns, of how you think, the ideas, the recurring themes in your life, and that will really, really benefit you a lot. And the fourth and final tip is to have fun. Simply have fun. Believe that your happiness and your well-being is going to attract more of that into your life. The happier you are, the more happy you're going to be in the future. Always remember that positive attracts positive and negative attracts negative. This is how things work. So if you are trying to manifest a more happy, a more abundant, a more blessed life, this is what you need to embody today. Don't wait until you're rich. Don't wait until you have a boyfriend. Don't wait until you have everything figured out. Just do it now. Live as you would have lived if you had everything that you wanted, because you already do. You just don't see it yet. On the spiritual realm, on the emotional and mental realm, it is already yours. It's just about trusting that it is going to transfer back into the physical reality. So these are my tips for you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you have a question for me, make sure to send me that on my DM in Instagram. Here's my handle. And as always, I wish you a very blessed week. Bye bye.